this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
And it looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Seahawks 14, Vikings nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
That means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
37-yard line.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On 1st down, Carson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Into the first quarter.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. They go play action now. Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Wilson to Metcalf that time. 1st down, Seattle.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing. The ball comes out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing.
And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
It's always interesting when you get ready for a Seattle Seahawks game because when you think of their receivers, you think of these guys going to be 6'3", 6'4", 225 pounds out on the perimeter. But Tyler Lockett, he shatters all of those thoughts. Much more like a water bug, but maybe their most trusted target downfield. Led Seattle with 1,050.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Cousins now. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And they're going to get the first out here as he's up to the 14. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Cousins on 1st down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jaron Reed busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
2nd down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And taken at the 46. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This will be caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1-minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Letting one go deep for a Nunwa. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
They're in coverage to knock it away, Marquise Blair.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
A 5-yard pickup.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Returnable for Lockett. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter, his 2nd sack of the night.
And Russell Wilson gets sacked, and he tied for the most sacks in the NFL last season with 48 in total. But Seattle likes to throw the ball deep. So that means you're going to take more time to get the ball downfield. Sometimes the offensive line can't hold up, and he ends up hitting the deck on those plays.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches.
Check, Mike 57, Mike 57.
6-man.
Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he is down deep into Seattle territory.
Complete.
A huge play there. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph. 46 yards.
And the Vikings 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Cousins. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude attitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Working with 2nd and 5 now. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
From the shotgun, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Seattle Seahawks.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
He's brought down at the 31. That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 14.
They go play action with Wilson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. They frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference, and they crossed it on that play.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Chris Carson.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, Carson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Good gain by Chris Carson. Picks up a 1st down, and you just have to love his running style. Talk about a straight-ahead guy, no-nonsense type of a runner. He's averaged 82 yards a game over the last 2 seasons and had 1,230 yards on the ground in 2019.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
A gain of 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Seahawks are running away with this one.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak.
at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak. He scores 3 times. There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, Well, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
The Viking ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Give him 6 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
1st down, Vikings.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. You got nothing to that. Two. Check 3. Check that.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. The tackle made by Benson Mayowa.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Letting one go deep for a noon one. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now. And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
And 2.
Now a toss play. It's Carson. Now Carson fumbles the football, and the Vikings pick up the football.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11.
At the 44-yard line.
Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Vikings on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here comes Abdullah on the return. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. To throw is Cousins. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll run on 1st down. Cook. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. 2nd down and 7.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
Now Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I love the durability of Kyle Rudolph. He hasn't missed a game for the Vikings since 2014. Always on the field, always contributing. They keep calling him a dependable target. He can be that and more. And remember, in the overtime win against New Orleans in the playoffs last year, who caught the game-winning touchdown? That guy right there, Kyle Rudolph.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Play fake. Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's go, D.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Intended for Dalvin Cook. Incomplete.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Cousins again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Intended for Adam Thielen. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
One last shot now for Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you